जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासुदि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासुदि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासुदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त कंचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरे प्रिये। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। बोलो श्री राधे गोलोकानंद भगवान की जय।
जय
बोलो श्रीमद् भागवतम की
जय।
हरे कृष्णा श्री प्रभु।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। हरे कृष्ण आनंद भाई। हरे कृष्णा जय भाई।
हरे कृष्णा जय। Getting back. हरे कृष्णा जय।
हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण।
कोई आपसे पूछे आत्मज्ञान क्या है? शिवा प्रभु और भी कुछ सुन रहे हैं साहब। दो दो तीन तीन चीजें एक साथ। शिवा प्रभु कितना ज्ञान। अलग रखो, हमें सीधे सीधे
ये मेरा दूसरा एक
कोई आपसे पूछे
ये देखो
आत्मज्ञान।
सॉरी इट वाज
ज्ञान के बारे में समझा रहे हैं लगता है। अपन भक्ति के बारे में बोल रहे हैं। All right, so let's get started. हम लोगों ने of course we started Skand 10, which is about Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna himself. और अभी हम लोग अध्याय 8वां पढ़ रहे हैं और 8वें अध्याय में कृष्ण भगवान यशोदा मैया को पूरे ब्रह्मांड का दर्शन करवा। That's about the Skand 8 और अध्याय 8। और जैसा कि हम लोग देख रहे हैं पिछले कई अध्याय से, परीक्षित महाराज सुखदेव गोस्वामी जी को पूछ रहे हैं कि आप कृष्ण भगवान के चाइल्डहुड, बचपन के बारे में बताइए, बचपन की एक्टिविटीज के बारे में बताइए। उनको सुनकर मन काफी शांत होता है और भक्ति में लीन होता है। तो परीक्षित महाराज वो सुखदेव गोस्वामी जी को कहने के लिए बोल रहे हैं। सुखदेव गोस्वामी जी वो सुना रहे हैं। तो इस वक्त हम लोग बचपन की लीलाएं भगवान कृष्ण की पढ़ रहे हैं। Yesterday we read 25th श्लोक which Sukdev Goswami is saying is, when Mother Yashoda and Rohini were unable to protect the babies from calamities created by horned cows, by fire, by animals with claws and teeth, such as monkeys, dogs, and cats, and by thorns, swords, and other weapons on the ground, they were always in anxiety, and their household engagements were disturbed. At that time, they were fully equipoised in the transcendental ecstasy known as the distress of material affection, for this was aroused within their minds. What Sukdev Goswami is saying is, even though the anxiety was there, that was the transcendental ecstasy related to the distress of material affection, because Lord Krishna was there. That's how Sukdev Goswami is describing. Start reading Shlok 26, Anilji.
काले नाल्पेन राजर्षे रामः कृष्णश्च गोकुले अग्रस्त जानवी पद्भिर् विचक्रम मथुरंजसा King Parikshit, O King Parikshit, within a very short time,
Both Ram and Krishna began to walk very easily in Gokul on their legs by their own strength without the need to crawl. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, yeah. And then slowly and slowly, of course, the Balram and Krishna Bhagwan, they started walking instead of crawling. Ajay?
ततस्तु भगवान् कृष्णो वस्यैर्वज्र बालकै सह रामो व्रजस्त्रीणा चिक्रीणे जनयन् mudam. Thereafter, Lord Krishna, along with Balram, began to play with the other children of the cowherd men, thus awakening the transcendental bliss of the cowherd women. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Then they start playing with all the gopis and gopas. There, Shri Prabhu.
Krishnasya gopyo ruchiram vichay ko marchapalam shinvantyah kil tanmaturiti hechuha samagataha. Observing the very attractive childish relentlessness of Krishna, all the gopis in the neighborhood to hear about Krishna's activities again and again would approach Mother Yasoda and speak to her as follows. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Krishnasya gopyo ruchiram. Yeah, their ruchi about the activity of Lord Krishna. Right? They'll keep asking Yashoda Maya again and again, and that's how they are describing. वत्सानमुच्चन् क्वचिद् समये क्रोशसज्जात हासः स्तेयं स्वादत्यत्यदधिपः कल्पितेस्तयोगे मर्कान् भोक्षन् बिभ्जति सचिन्नाति भाण्डं भिन्नति द्रव्यलाभे स गृहकुपीतो यातु प्रकोष्यतो कान्. Our dear friend Yashoda, your son sometimes comes to our houses before the milking of the cows and releases the calves. And when the master of the house becomes angry, your son merely smiles. Sometimes he devises some process by which he steals palatable curd, butter, and milk, which he then eats and drinks. When the monkeys assemble, he divides it with them. And when the monkeys have their bellies so full that they won't take any more, he breaks the pots. Sometimes, if he gets no opportunity to steal butter or milk from a house, he will be angry at the householders. And for his revenge, he will agitate the small children by pinching them. Then, when the children begin crying, Krishna will go away. So, this is how the gopis are talking to Yashoda Maya and telling about Lord Shri Krishna. Hare Krishna, Tarun.
Hare Krishna, Gajayam, Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Hastagrahe rachayati vidhim pitharlo ka ladyesi yakhe tidam hi antarnihita vayuna shikha bandhesu tadvit duhantagare ghritamnigana swangamadhar pradipam kale gopyo yahi grahakrit yeshu suyagra chittah. When the milk and curd are kept high on a swing hanging from the ceiling and Krishna and Balram cannot reach it, they arrange to reach it by piling up various planks and turning upside down the mortar for grinding spices. Being quite aware of the contents of a pot, they poke holes in it. While the elderly gopis go about their household affairs, Krishna and Balram sometimes go into a dark room, brightening the place with the valuable jewels and ornaments on their bodies and taking advantage of this light by stealing. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anil?
Evam dharst yanishati kurute mehnadini vasto isteyo payer rvira chitakrati supratiko yathaste ittam strivi sabhaya nayana shrimukha lokini व्याख्यातार्था प्रहसित मुखी न ह्युपाल बुद्धमेक्षत. When Krishna is caught in his naughty activities, the master of the house will say to him, "Oh, you are a thief," and artificially express anger at Krishna. Krishna will then reply, "I am not a thief, you are a thief." Sometimes, being angry, Krishna passes urine and stool in a neat, clean place in our houses. But now, our dear friend Yashoda, this expert thief is sitting before you like a very good boy. Sometimes all the gopis would look at Krishna sitting there, his eyes fearful so that his mother would not chastise him. And when they saw Krishna's beautiful face, instead of chastising him, they would simply look upon his face and enjoy transcendental bliss. Mother Yashoda would mildly smile at all this fun, and she would not want to chastise her blessed transcendental child. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Ajay?
एकदा क्रीडमानस्ते रामस्त्या गोपदार्कः कृष्णो मूलं भक्षितवानिति मात्रे नवेदयन्. प्रभु जी, इसको थोड़ा सा बड़ा कर सकते हैं क्या? Yeah.
Good.
Much better. One day, while Krishna was playing with his small playmates, including Balram and other sons of the Gopas, all his friends came together and lodged a complaint to Mother Yashoda. Mother, they submitted, Krishna has eaten earth. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. What you mention is Ekada Krida Manasti. Like one day when he was playing, who all came? Including Ramadhya Gopadarka. Yani ki Balram, including Balram, Lord Balram and other sons of the Gopas. They all came together and lodged a complaint to Mother Yashoda. What complaint? Krishna Amridam Bhakshitvani. Bhakshitvani is eating miti. Yeah? Complaint to Mother Yashoda that Krishna has eaten earth. So he says, here is another of Krishna's transcendental activities invented to please the gopis. First, a complaint was lodged with Mother Yashoda about Krishna's stealing, but Mother Yashoda did not chastise him. Now, in an attempt to awaken Mother Yashoda's anger so that she would chastise Krishna, another complaint was invented that Krishna has eaten earth. So that's how Krishna's Bal Lila is going on. Shiva Prabhu?
Sa grihatva kare Krishna mupal bhaya hiteshini Yashoda bhaya sambhranta prishna shambhashat. Upon hearing this from Krishna's playmates, Mother Yasoda, who was always full of anxiety over Krishna's welfare, picked Krishna up with her hands to look into his mouth and chastise him. Her eyes fearful, she spoke to her son as follows. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yashoda Bhashate. She started speaking to him, but with like eyes fearful, she started speaking to Lord Shri Krishna. Tarun?
Kasman Mridam Adantan Tatman Bhavan Bhakshitavan Raha Vadanti Tavaka Hi Ete Kamraste Grajo Pi Yayam. Sorry, can you scroll up? The video is blocking the view. Thank you. Dear Krishna, Why are you so restless that you have eaten dirt in a solitary place? This complaint has been lodged against you by all your playmates, including your elder brother Balram. How is this? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so Bhavan Bhakshitvan is eating mitti, yeah, earth. Is why so is what Yashoda Maya is asking Lord Shri Krishna. Hare Krishna Prem.
Hare Krishna, Krishna bhai.
Uh, uh,
Naham bhakshit vam sarve mithyabhishamsina yadi satya girastahi samaksham pashya me mukham. Lord Krishna replied, My dear mother, I have never eaten dirt. All my friends complaining against me are liars. If you think they are being truthful, you can directly look into my mouth and examine it. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, what is Krishna Bhagavan saying? Yadi Satya, if it's true, Pashyame Mukham. I can Samaksham Pashyame Mukham, my mouth, I can open and you can examine it because Sarve Mithya, everyone is lying essentially. Yeah, is what Krishna Bhagavan is saying. Nice purport. So let's read this. Anilji.
Krishna presented himself as an innocent child to increase the transcendental ecstasy of maternal affection. As described in the Shastra, Tadan Bhayan Mithoyaktir Vatsalya Rasa Poshika. This means that sometimes a small child speaks lies. For example, he may have stolen something or eaten something and yet deny that he has done so. We ordinarily see this in the material world, but in relation to Krishna, it is different. Such activities are meant to endow the devotee with transcendental ecstasy. The Supreme Personality of Godhead was playing as a liar and accusing all the other devotees of being liars. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 10.12.11, Krato Punya Punya. A devotee may attain such an ecstatic position after many, many births of devotional service. Persons who have amassed the results of a vast amount of pious activities can attain the stage of associating with Krishna and playing with him like ordinary playmates. One should not consider these transactions of transcendental service to be untruthful accusations. One should never accuse such devotees of being ordinary boys speaking lies, for they attain this stage of associating with Krishna by great austerities. Tapasa brahmacharena samena cha damena cha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so the most important thing mentioned here is all the gopis and gopas who got association of Lord Krishna, right? How did they get that association? Persons who have amassed the results of a vast amount of pious activities and tapasya, right? And great austerities can attain the stage of associating with Krishna. And that's how the when Krishna appeared, we don't know how many devatas and a lot of rishi munis and all those took birth along with him, right? And associated with Krishna directly is what is mentioned. Ajay?
Yaddevam tahi vyadehi vyuktah sa Bhagwan Hari. Vyadatta Vyaha Hateshwarya Krida Manu Jabalkaha. Mother Yashoda challenged Krishna, if you have not eaten earth, then open your mouth wide. When challenged by his mother in this way, Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda, to exhibit pastimes like a human child, opened his mouth. Although the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, who is full of all opulence, did not disturb his mother's parental affection. His opulence was automatically displayed, for Krishna's opulence is never lost at any stage but is manifest at the proper time. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So Bhagwan Hari, yeah. Basically, Mother Yashoda is saying, if you want to return earth, open your mouth. Yeah. Shiva Prabhu.
Sa tatra darshe vishvam jagat sthasnu cha kham dishaha sadri dvipabadhibhugolam swayagnind dutarkam Jyotish Chakram Jalam Tejo Nabh Swan Vyadevacha Vaikarikani Indriyani Manomatra Gunastrayah Etad Vichitram Sahajivakal Swabhavakarmashya Lindga Sunostano Viksh Vidaritasye Vrajam Sahatman Mawap Shadakam. When Krishna opened his mouth wide by the order of Mother Yashoda, she saw within his mouth all moving and non-moving entities, outer space, and all directions, along with mountains, islands, oceans, the surface of the earth, the blowing wind, fire, the moon, and the stars. She saw the planetary systems, water, light, air, sky, and creation by transformation of Ahankara. She also saw the senses, the mind, sense perception, and three qualities, goodness, passion, and ignorance. She saw the time allotted for the living entities. She saw natural instinct and reactions of karma, and she saw desires in different varieties of bodies, moving and non moving. Seeing all these aspects of the cosmic manifestation along with herself and Vrindavan Dham, she became doubtful and fearful of her son's nature. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So what happens when Krishna opens his mouth, right? She says, Sa tatra dadrishe vishwa. Yeah, the whole Brahman, the Vishwa. Jagat stasnu. Yeah, the whole Jagat, the living entities, and Achar, which are not living entities, like the Achar and Char, right? Char, Kham is the Akash, outer space, and Disha is the direction. So, Sa tatra dadrishe vishwam, Jagat stanu cha kham disha hai. And then what does she see? Sa adri, dvipa, abdhi, and bhugolam. So see, she is, yeah, the dvip, abdhi is the jal, akash, sa bhugolam, prithvi, she is savat, vayu, she is agni, Indu is the chandra, and then tarkam, right, the whole stars. She is all that. She sees jyotish chakram, jalam, tejo, yeah, jal, tej, nab, swani va deva, akash, chair, yeah, and then see all this indriyani, mind, matra, and gunastraya, all three gunas are exhibited to her. And swabhav, karmasha, lingam, bedam, all different types of living entities she is seeing. But the most important she is also seeing is Rajam. Yeah, the Vrindavan Dham she is seeing in Krishna Bhagwan's mouth along with Sahatmanavape, yani herself. She is seeing herself in Lord Krishna's mouth. And so she is Shankam. She is wondering, yeah, the nature of Lord Shri Krishna. But this is how Lord Krishna gives Yashoda Maya the darshan. And she sees all these different mountains and islands and oceans and all that. Yeah, very important purport. Let's read this. Taram.
All the cosmic manifestations that exist on the gross and subtle elements as well as the means of their agitation, the three gunas, the living entity, creation, maintenance, annihilation, and everything goes on in the external energy of the Lord. All this comes from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda. Everything is within the control of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is also confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 9.10. Maya Mayadakshena Prakrit Suyate Cha Karakaram. Everything in the material nature, Prakriti, works under his control. Because all these manifestations come from Govinda, they could all be visible within the mouth of Govinda. Quite astonished, Mother Yashoda was afraid because of intense maternal affection. She could not believe that within the mouth of her son, such things could appear. Yet she saw them, and therefore she was struck with fear and wonder. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, what is mentioned here is because all these manifestations come from Govinda, they could all be visible within the mouth of Govinda. Right? And we have read this in Bhagavad Gita 9.10. Maya Dakshena, yani ki in my presidentship, like in my control. Maya Dakshena, Prakriti, right? The whole Prakriti, the whole nature. Suyate sa char achram. Like the moving and non-moving entities. All, yeah, everything in material nature works under my control. Is what Krishna Bhagavan himself is saying in Bhagavad Gita, and we are able to see that visible in the mouth of Govinda. Yeah, shown to Yashoda Maya.
प्रभु जी एक क्विक क्वेश्चन था मुझे समझ में नहीं आया वो व्हेन माँ यशोदा माँ वो गुनाज देखती हैं तो गुना तो ये गुना लाइक सतोगुण तमोगुण एंड रजोगुण राइट
Yes,
तो वो तो दैट इज नॉट फिजिकल राइट इट इज
correct.
abstract.
It's abstract. It's not abstract. So what you see is in the mouth of Krishna Bhagavan. She's seeing the whole Brahman. In the Brahman, all different activities are happening, right? So she's seeing the activities of goodness. She's seeing the Satogun, like she may be seeing the Rishi Gun doing the meditation, tapasya. She's seeing the Rajogun, people with patience, right, doing things. And some Tamogun, right? We are all associated with all these gunas. So she's seeing all these activities, right? She's seeing the sense perception. She's seeing what's happening in the mind, right? She's seeing the reactions of the karmas. Everything is happening within this Brahman, and she's getting a feel of that by seeing it, right?
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Prem sir?
Kim Swapnam Etidut Devmaya Kim Va Madiyo Bat Buddhimaha Atho Amush Yav Mama Barkasya Ya Kaschano Patik Atma Yoga. Mother Yashoda began to argue within herself. Is this a dream or is it an illusionary creation by the external energy? Has this been manifested by my own intelligence or is it some mystic power of my child? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So the Yashoda Maya is now wondering what's going on, right? Is it Dev Maya? Is it Swapna? Is it just my buddhi more? Atma Yoga? Like what's going on, right? That's how Yashoda Maya is wondering. Yeah. So read this, Anilji.
When Mother Yashoda saw this wonderful manifestation within the mouth of her child, she began to argue within herself about whether it was a dream. Then she considered, I am not dreaming because my eyes are open. I am actually seeing what is happening. I am not sleeping, nor am I dreaming. Then maybe this is an illusion created by Deva Maya, but that is also not possible. What business would the demigods have showing such things to me? I am an insignificant woman with no connection with the demigods. Why should they take the trouble to put me into Dev Maya? that also is not possible. Then Mother Yashoda considered whether the vision might be due to bewilderment. I am fit in health. I am not diseased. Why should there be any bewilderment? It is not possible that my brain is deranged, since I am ordinarily quite fit to think. Then this vision must be due to some mystic power of my son, as predicted by Garg Muni. Thus, she finally concluded that the vision was due to her son's activities and nothing else. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Right? As you remember, Garg Muni, we just read about Garg Muni, how he came and did the name ceremonies of Lord Shri Krishna and Lord Balram. Yeah, and then he mentioned that your son is actually Vasudev. He is Anand. He is Achyut, right? So he gave all those qualities of Lord Shri Krishna. That's what Yashoda Maya is remembering. यथो यथा वन्न वितर्क गोचरम चेतो मनः कर्म वचोभिरज्यसा यदाश्रयं येन यतः प्रतीयते सुदेवीभ्यावं प्रणतास्मि तत्पदम्. Therefore, let me surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead and offer my obeisances unto Him, who is beyond the conception of human speculation, the mind, activities, words, and arguments, who is the original cause of this cosmic manifestation, by whom the entire cosmos is maintained, and by whom we can conceive of its existence. Let me simply offer my obeisances, for He is beyond my contemplation, speculation, and meditation. He is beyond all of my material activities. That's how Mother Yashoda is thinking. Yeah, He is beyond all my activities. Vitarka Gocharam, there is no point in my speculation, right? There is no point in contemplating anything, because he's beyond contemplation, speculation, and meditation, right? So therefore, let me surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead and offer my obeisances unto Him, is how Mother Yashoda is thinking. Yeah. And again, very nice purport. Let's read this, Ajay.
One simply has to realize the greatness of Supreme Personality of Godhead. One should not try to understand Him by any material means, subtle or gross. Mother Yashoda, being a simple woman, could not find out the real cause of the vision. Therefore, out of material affection, she simply offered obeisances unto the Supreme Lord to protect her child. She could do nothing but offer obeisances to the Lord. It is said, Achintya khalu ye bhava na tams tarkena yojayet. Mahabharat Bhishma Parva 5.22. One should not try to understand the supreme cause by argument or by reasoning. When we are beset by some problem for which we can find no reason, there is no alternative than to surrender to the Supreme Lord and offer Him our respectful obeisances. Then our position will be secure. This was the means adopted in the instance also by Mother Yashoda. Whatever happens, the original cause is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sarva Karanam. When the immediate cause cannot be ascertained, let us simply offer our obeisances at the lotus feet of Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So what is mentioned is one should not try to understand Him, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by any material means, right? By subtle or gross. So we try to think, we try to speculate, we try to argue. People give so many different examples of, oh, he did this, why did he do that in Mahabharata, why did he do that in Ramayana? All those things are just leelas, right? The only way to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead is by devotional service, by bhakti. That's the only way to really ascertain the Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? Is what is mentioned here. And then let's continue reading. Shiva Prabhu.
Mother Yasoda concluded that the wonderful things she saw within the mouth of her child were due to him, although she could not clearly ascertain the cause. Therefore, when a devotee cannot ascertain the cause of suffering, he concludes, Tatte nukampam shushmik samano bhunjana evatma kritma vipakam hriday vag vapurbhir vidhadhan namaste jivita yo mukte pade sa daya bhak. The devotee, Bhagavad Gita 10.14.8, the devotee accepts that it is due to his past misdeeds that the Supreme Personality of Godhead has caused some small amount of suffering. Thus, he offers obeisances to the Lord again and again. Such a devotee is called Mukti Padesa Daya Bhak. That is, he is guaranteed his liberation from this material world. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So,
as stated in Bhagavad Gita, Matra Sparsastu Konteya Sitoshna Sukha Dukha Da Agama Payano Nityas Tam Titikshava Bharata. We should know that material suffering due to the material body will come and go. Therefore, we must tolerate the suffering and proceed with discharging our duty as ordained by our spiritual master. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prem.
Aham mamso patiresh me suto vrajeshwar syakhil vipata sati gopasya gopa sah go dhanashya me yinmaya yitham kumati sa me gati. It is by the influence of the Supreme Lord's Maya that I am wrongly thinking that Nanda Maharaj is my husband, that Krishna is my son, and that because I am the queen of Nanda Maharaj, all the wealth of cows and calves are my possessions, and all the coward men and their wives are my subjects. Actually, I am also eternally subordinate to the Supreme Lord. He is my ultimate shelter. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Yashoda Maya herself is thinking, right? Her transcendental bliss is awakening. She is thinking, right? Pati re shame suto, like Suto is the Krishna Bhagavan, like I think he's my pati husband, he's my son, right? And I'm like Gopyascha Gopahasya Godunascha me, like she's the queen of this Nandagaon. All that is, right? All these positions and all that, right, is just the influence of the Supreme Lord's Maya. And she is actually the eternally subordinate to the Supreme Lord. He is the ultimate shelter of everyone. Is how Yashoda Maya is thinking. Right? And again, a nice purport. Anandji?
Following in the footsteps of Mother Yashoda, everyone should follow this mentality of renunciation, whether whatever wealth, opulence, or whatever else we may possess belongs not to us but to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the ultimate shelter of everyone and the ultimate owner of everything. As stated by the Lord Himself in Bhagavad Gita 5.29, Bhuktaram Yagna Tapasam Sarva Loka Maheshwaram Shurdam Sarva Bhutanam Gnatva Mam Santim Prachite. This the sages, knowing me as the ultimate purpose of all sacrifices and austerities, the Supreme Lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attain peace from the pangs of material miseries. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, by knowing Bhoktaram Yagna Tapashya, Sarvalok Maheshwaram, right? And by knowing that, Shantim Rachyati, yeah, well-wisher of all living entities, they attain peace from the pangs of material miseries. Is how Lord Krishna is saying this in Bhagavad Gita. Ajay?
We should not be proud of our possessions. As expressed by Mother Yashoda herein, I am not the owner of possessions, the opulent wife of Nand Maharaj. The estate, the possessions, the cows and calves are and the subjects like the gopis and the cowherd men are all given to me. One should give up thinking of my possessions, my son and my husband. Janasya maho yam aham mamet. Nothing belongs to anyone but the Supreme Lord. Only because of illusion do we wrongly think I am existing or everything belongs to me. Thus Mother Yashoda completely surrendered unto the Supreme Lord. For the moment she was rather disappointed, thinking my endeavors to protect my son by charity and other auspicious activities are useless. The Supreme Lord has given me many things, but unless He takes charge of everything, there is no assurance of protection. I must therefore ultimately seek shelter of Supreme Personality of Godhead. As stated by Prahlad Maharaj, Bhagavad 7.9.19, Valasya Neha Saranam Pitaru Narsimha. A father and mother cannot ultimately take care of their own child. Ato Griho Ket Kshetra Sutapta Vittair Jnanasya Moho Yam Aham Mameti. One's land, home, wealth, and all of one's possessions belonging to Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although we wrongly think I am this and these things are mine. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Basically, what is being mentioned is we are proud of our possessions. We should not be, right? Everything belongs to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and is given by Him. So what is mentioned? Itham viditattvayam gopikayam se ishvara Vaishnavim vyattano namayam putra sneham mayim vibhu. Mother Yashoda, by the grace of the Lord, could understand the real truth. But then again, the Supreme Master, by the influence of the internal potency, Yog Maya, inspired her to become absorbed in intense maternal affection for her son. Yeah, Putra Sneha Mayim Vibhu. Yeah, the Lord again used the Yoga Maya. And Yashoda Maya again became absorbed in intense maternal affection. That's nice. Shiva Prabhu.
Although Mother Yasoda understood the whole philosophy of life, at the next moment she was overwhelmed by affection for her son by the influence of Yog Maya. Unless she took care of her son Krishna, she thought how could he be protected? She could not think otherwise, and thus she forgot all her philosophical speculations. This forgetfulness is described by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur as being inspired by the influence of Yog Maya, Mohana Sadharmayan Mayam. Materialistic persons are captivated by Mahamaya, whereas devotees, by the arrangement of the spiritual energy, are captivated by Yog Maya. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah? So as we had read before, right, the Yoga Maya is spiritual. It's a spiritual energy, right? And the materialistic energy is Mahamaya. Tarun?
Satyanastasvitirir gopi saropyaroham atmajam pravardha sneha kalila hridayasthit yatha pura. Immediately forgetting Yogamaya's illusion that Krishna had shown the universal form within his mouth, Mother Yashoda took her son on her lap as before, feeling increased affection in her heart for her transcendental child. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, Mother Yashoda regarded the vision of the universal form within Krishna's mouth as an arrangement of Yogamaya, like a dream. As one forgets everything after a dream, Mother Yashoda immediately forgot about the entire incident. As her natural feeling of affection increased, she decided to herself, now let this incident be forgotten. I do not mind. Here is my son. Let me kiss him. Yeah. So she starts loving Lord Krishna again as a child. Yeah. Prem.
Treya Chopnish Dvishcha Sankhyogescha Satvate Upgiyaman Mahamatyam Harim Samanyatatmajam. The glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are studied through the three Vedas, the Upanishads, the literature of Sankhya Yoga, and other Vaishnava literature. Yet Mother Yashoda considered that Supreme Person to her ordinary child. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. What Sukdev Goswami is saying is, where are the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are studied by? Through the three Vedas. It says Traya. Yeah. What are the three Vedas?
Rigved, Samved, Yajurved.
Right. Yeah. Rigved, Samved, and Yajurved. And the fourth Ved is
Atharv.
Atharved. Yeah. But generally those three Vedas are mentioned. The Samved, Rigved, and Yajurved. And so that's Traya, Cha, Upanishadishcha. Upanishads, of course. We know all the Upanishads. And then Sankhya Yoga. We read about the whole Sankhya Yoga during Kapil Muni's time, right? Kapil Muni as a avatar of Lord Vishnu appeared in one of the skans of Srimad Bhagavatam. We read about Kapil Muni with the whole Sankhya Yoga philosophy. So the literature of Sankhya Yoga and other Vaishnava literature, what happens? We read about the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is how we come to know about Upagiyaman Mahatyam Harim. Yeah, Mahatyamyam Harim. That's how we know about the Hari. But of course, Mother Yashoda is considering Lord Sri Krishna as Samanyata Atmajam. She is still considering Yashoda, the Supreme Person, as an ordinary child. Yeah. The nice purport, let's read it. Anilji?
As stated in Bhagavad Gita 15.15, by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, the purpose of studying the Vedas is to understand Him. Vedas cha sarver aham ev vedyah. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained to Sanatana Goswami that Sanatana Goswami, that there are three purposes in the Vedas. One is to understand our relationship with Krishna, Sambandha. Another is to act according to that relationship, Abhidheya. And the third is to reach the ultimate goal, Prayojan. The word Prayojan means necessities. And the ultimate necessity is explained by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Prema Pam Artho Mahan. The greatest necessity for a human being is the achievement of love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Here we see that another Yashoda is on the highest stage of necessity, for she is completely absorbed in love for Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
In the beginning, the Vedic purpose is pursued in three ways. Trai, by karma, kand, Gyan Kand and Upasana Kand. When one reaches the complete perfect stage of Upasana Kand, one comes to worship Narayan or Lord Vishnu. When Parvati asked Lord Mahadev, Lord Shiva, what is the best method of Upasana or worship? Lord Shiva answered, Aradhanam Sarveshvam Vishnu Aradhanam Param Vishnu Upasana or Vishwaradhana, worship of Lord Vishnu, is the highest stage of perfection as realized by Devaki. But here Mother Yashoda performs no upasana, for she has developed transcendental ascetic love for Krishna. Therefore, her position is better than that of Devaki. In order to show this, Srila Vasudeva instantiates this verse, Traya Chapani Sabibihi, etc. Hare Krishna.
When a human being enters into the study of the Vedas to obtain Vidya, knowledge, he begins to take part in human civilization. Then he advances further to study the Upanishads and gain Brahma Gyan, impersonal realization of the Absolute Truth. And then he advances still further to Sankhya in order to understand the Supreme Controller, who is indicated in Bhagavad Gita, Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan, Purusham Saswatam. When one understands that Purusha, the Supreme Controller, to be Paramatma, one is engaged in the age of yoga, dhyanavasthita tad gatena manaso pashyanti yam yoginaha. But Mother Yashoda has surpassed all these stages. She has come to the platform of loving Krishna as her beloved child, and therefore she is accepted to be on the highest stage of spiritual realization. The absolute truth is realized in three features: Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagwan iti sabdete. But she is in such ecstasy that she does not care to understand what is Brahman, what is Paramatma, or what is Bhagwan. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so quite few important part mentioned here, like how does things evolve, right? So first is it's mentioned that you start doing good karmas. Yeah, so that's the first stage where you start doing good karmas. Once the good karmas are done, then the next stage is to obtain the gyan. And then people start getting the gyan of the Paramatma. Once the gyan is done, then one is engaged in the method of yoga. Yeah, the meditation and yoga and dhyan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. After the dhyan, when all that is done, so you got the good karma, you got the jnanis or the jnana, you got into the yoga meditation, and then after all that is when you get into the bhakti ras. That is the highest stage. So when you are getting to the bhakti, when you are getting to the devotional service, you have probably passed through all these stages of doing good karmas, getting the gyan, doing the yoga meditation, etc. And now you are getting to the bhakti. This is how the Mother Yashoda's is described. She has passed all these stages. Yeah, and she has come to the platform of loving Krishna as her beloved child. Right? We saw the Navada Bhakti, Shavanam Kirtanam, and then Sakhyam, Dashyam, right? So different ways of doing devotional service. That's the highest stage, yeah, highest platform where you can say your highest stage of spiritual realization. Is that? Yeah. Let's read this. Tarun?
Bhagwan has personally descended to become her beloved child. Therefore, there is no comparison to Mother Yashoda's good fortune, as declared by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Ramya Kachit Upasana Vrajavadhu Vargyena Ya Kalpita. The absolute truth, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, may be realized in different stages. As the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 4.11, Ye yada mam prabadyante tams tatve bhajami aham mama vartamanu vartante manusyah partha sarvasah. As men surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Pratha. One may be a karmi, a jnani, a yogi, and then a bhakta or prema bhakta. But the ultimate stage of realization is prem bhakti, as actually demonstrated by Mother Yashoda. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah? Okay. Yeah?
Shri Rajovacha Nanda Kim Karod Brahman Shreya Evam Mahodayam Yashoda Cha Mahabhaga Papyo Yasya Sana Hari. Having heard of the great fortune of Mother Yashoda, Parishit Maharaj inquired from Shukdev Goswami, O learned Brahman, Mother Yashoda's breast milk was sucked by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. What past auspicious activities did she and Nand Maharaj perform to achieve such perfection in ecstatic love? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah? So Mother Yashoda and Nanda Babas, yeah, like this Prem Bhakti and being the parents of Lord Himself, Supreme Lord Himself, what did they do to get this fortune is what Parikshit Maharaj is inquiring next. Yeah, Nanda Kim Karod, like what did they do? Brahman Shreya Evam Mahodayam, right? And Yashoda Che Mahabhaga, what did they do to get Supreme Personality of Godhead as their son? Yeah, nice purport, but I think we are going to pause here. And next week on Monday, we'll read about what did Mother Yashoda and the Nanda Baba did in their previous lives to get Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna Himself as their son. Yeah, so we'll pause here. And again, since it's Shravan month and we have been listening to Shri Mahima last 3-4 days, I think the final 5 to 6 minutes is remaining. We are going to hear it today. Yeah, this is the Shri Mahima Stotam.
निदिष्ठाय प्रियदवदविष्ठाय च नमो नमः क्षोदिष्ठाय स्मरहरमहेशाय च नमः नमो वर्षिष्ठाय त्रिनयनयविष्ठाय च नमो नमः सर्वस्मै ते तदिदमिति सर्वाय च नमः बहलरजसे विश्वोत्पत्तौ भवाय नमो नमः प्रबलतमसे तत्संहारे हराय नमो नमः जनसुखकृते सत्त्वोद्रिक्तौ मृडाय नमो नमः प्रमहसि पदे निस्त्रैगुण्ये शिवाय नमो नमः परिणति चेतः क्लेशवश्यं क्वचेदम् क्व च तव गुणसीमोल्लङ्घिनी शश्वद्रुद्धिः इति चकितममन्दीकृत्य मां भक्तिराधात् वरदचरणयोस्ते वाक्यपुष्पोपहारम् असितगिरिसमं स्यात् कज्जलं सिन्धुपात्रे सुरतरुवरशाखा लेखनी पत्रमूर्वी लिखति यदि गृहीत्वा शारदा सर्वकालं तदपि तव गुणानामीश पारं न याति असुरसुरमुनीन्द्रैरर्चितस्येन्दुमौलेर्ग्रथितगुणमहिम्नो निर्गुणस्येश्वरस्य सकलगुणवरिष्ठः पुष्पदन्ताभिधानो रुचिरमलघुवृत्तैः स्तोत्रमेतच्चकार हर हर नवद्यं धूर्जटे स्तोत्रमेतत् पठति परमभक्त्या शुद्धचित्तः पुमान्यः स भवति शिवलोके रुद्रतुल्यस्तथात्र प्रचुरतरधनायुः पुत्रवान् कीर्तिमांश्च महेशान्नापरो देवो महिम्नो नापरा स्तुतिः अघोरान्नापरो मन्त्रो नास्ति तत्त्वं गुरोः परम् दीक्षादानं तपस्तीर्थं ज्ञानं यागादिकाः क्रियाः महिम्नस्तव पाठस्य कलां नार्हन्ति षोडशीम् कुसुमदशननामा सर्वगन्धर्वराजः शिशुशशिधरमौलेर्देवदेवस्य दासः स खलु निजमहिम्नो भ्रष्ट एवास्य रोषात् स्तवनमिदमकार्षीत् दिव्यदिव्यं महिम्नः सुरवरमुनिपूज्यं स्वर्गमोक्षैकहेतुं पठति यदि मनुष्यः प्राञ्जलिर्नान्यचेताः व्रजति शिवसमीपं किन्नरैस्तूयमानः स्तवनमिदममोघं पुष्पदन्तप्रणीतम् श्रीपुष्पदन्तमुखपङ्कजनिर्गतेन स्तोत्रेण किल्बिषहरेण हरप्रियेण कण्ठस्थितेन पठितेन समाहितेन सुप्रीणितो भवति भूतपतिर्महेशः इत्येषा वाङ्मयी पूजा श्रीमच्छङ्करपादयोः अर्पिता तेन देवेश प्रीयतां मे सदाशिवः इति श्रीपुष्पदन्तविरचितं शिवमहिम्नः स्तोत्रं सम्पूर्णम्।
बोलो श्री शिव जी गौरी पार्वती माता की
जय।
Hare Krishna. So everyone have a nice long week and weekend. And then we'll see you back on Monday. Yeah.
Okay. Hare
Get
Krishna.
ready. Continue reading Srimad Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Have a good Kirtan, Ajay.
Yes, and
Hare.
Ajay has a kirtan at his place. Anyone who is in this area, Shiva Prabhu, if you want to travel from Charlotte, I think Ajay Prabhu has a kirtan this Saturday, 2nd August, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. in Prashadam.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Have a blissful evening.
Yeah. Anyone in town, Prem, sir?
I'm traveling.
Are you traveling too?
We are out next week, today to next Wednesday, Yellowstone.
Oh, Yellowstone. Well, they're doing a bigger kirtan. Oh, that's fine. If anyone can join, please do. Drishtan Prabhu will be there, and
Okay.
Mataji will be there, and yeah, Keshwan Prabhu and some people will be there too. So it'll be nice.
Yeah, that's this time.
Yeah, definitely try Shiva Prabhu if possible.
Yes, I'll definitely try, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so Hare Krishna.
Hare
See you.
Krishna. Good
Hare
night.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.